Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me here on the very first episode of Exploring the Midwest. My name is Jody Halstead, and I am going to be your navigator as we journey through the 13 states that make up the Midwest. Now, the definition of the Midwest that I am using is actually created by the Midwest Travel Journalists Association. So there is one state on here that a lot of people, when they think of the Midwest, don't necessarily think of this 13th state. So I am going to share with you first the 13 states that make up the Midwest as defined by the Midwest Travel Journalists Association. And just so I am not a talking head on a screen, I have some pretty pictures from the Midwest for you to look at as we begin and get started today. Now, the states that make up the Midwest are North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. Now, here's state number 13, and let me know if you agree or disagree on this. Kentucky. I really like having Kentucky included as a Midwest state. I know a lot of people think of it as a Southern state, but if you look at it on a map, it really makes sense for it to be included in the Midwest. Now, some of you may be wondering why this is the perfect time to start exploring the Midwest, why I decided to do this project at this time. And it all comes down to the past year, really. 2020 brought us some crazy new phrases like shelter in place and social distancing, and it gave us a lot of time at home. And travel just completely stopped for a massive, like 3 or 4 months. There was just no travel anywhere. And then when it returned, it was really just a fraction of what it had been in previous years. And if we're looking at a silver lining to this cloud of 2020, it's that people are now looking for places to visit that are closer to home, places where they can avoid crowds, get outside, and maybe get that feeling of normalcy that has been lacking so much in the last year. And as people are thinking about that, all I can say is welcome to the Midwest. My goal as we go through this exploration is to introduce you to places in the heartland that you may have heard of, but you possibly overlooked as you traveled to more distant destinations. I want to introduce you to quirky spots that you didn't really think you could find in the Midwest and provide inspiration for your own getaways into Middle America. Now, Exploring the Midwest is a video cast. I'm going to be broadcasting live every Wednesday at 12:10 p.m. Central. Central time because the majority of the Midwest is located in the Central time zone. And we'll be live on YouTube every Wednesday. The benefit of the live broadcast is that viewers can interact with myself and the guests that I have on, as well as with other people who are watching. So if you are live right now, you will see that off to the side there is a chat. I would love to know that you are here, that you're watching, and where you're watching from. Now, the live videos are going to remain on YouTube here in the Exploring the Midwest playlist, and then they will be used to create a podcast as well as be transcribed into an article on Family Rambling, which is my website. So no matter how you like to get your information, whether you like to watch a video, you prefer an audio recording, or you like to read just a written article, you're going to find exactly what you're looking for in one of those locations. Now, the way I'm going to do this is my first 13 episodes are actually going to be with the representatives of each of the 13 Midwest states. So I'm very excited to have my first two states signed on already. Next week, we will be talking with my home state of Iowa. And following that, we will be visiting Indiana. After that, I am going to have a monthly topic, and we will delve into some of the fun things you can do in the Midwest. In April, we'll be talking about quirky museums. In May, we'll be looking at Midwest beach getaways. In June, we'll be exploring our Midwest national parks. In July, we're going to start looking at the state fairs. August will bring us orchards, pumpkin patches, and corn mazes. September, we'll be looking for the best places to see beautiful fall foliage. In October, we're going to start getting ready for the holiday season and look at Made in the Midwest, some great Midwest gifts you can give. In November, we're going to be getting a preview of Christmas towns that you can visit. And then in December, we're going to dig into 2022 highlights to watch for and monthly topics in the upcoming year. So I am really excited to kind of get into this, to explore the Midwest, to take in everything there is and lead you through this year and into the coming years in the Midwest. I want to thank you so much for joining me for this episode. I hope you will come back in the coming weeks for information about the 13 Midwest states, and then to chat with me about what we have coming up. I would love to know the topics you would like to delve into, the things about the Midwest that you would like to know, and really just take you on an adventure that not only inspires you to plan your own day trips or weekend getaways or even full vacations, but to help you, I don't know, learn more about the Midwest, this area that so much of the country thinks of as flyover country. I hope that I can introduce you to places and things that you never thought that you would see in the heartland. So thank you again so much for joining me today. And if you would like to get more Midwest inspiration on a daily basis, I would love to have you join me in the Exploring the Midwest Facebook group. You will find a link for that just below in the show notes. I would love to have you request to join me there. So that is all for the initial broadcast. I would love to thank Melissa from Santa Claus, Indiana, who let us know she was here, and Lisa Waterman Gray checking in from Overland Park, Kansas. It's the Kansas City area. Both of them let me know that they were here by leaving a comment in the sidebar. And again, if you are watching live on YouTube, I would love to enjoy a chat with you as we go through when we have guests in. Susan Pollock, thank you for chiming in there at the last minute from Detroit. So again, I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, 12:10 p.m. Central, right here on YouTube, and we will be chatting all about the state of Iowa. Until